Hey, guys, the ducks get to fly away.
How many are you gonna have from?
I don't even have a list.
Oh.
I want to listen. I don't know why I got to make this list.
I had to hold up a little bit, Maurice. I don't know what's going on. I will. I have to hold up. Well, I need to do it.
I got a sword here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hello. Ready to rock and roll?
This is loaded. This is wraparound cover. This one, this one we got too. It's a wraparound cover. It's basically, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. They still want me. Right.
That's the thing. Like,
Okay.
if LSU scores 12
Yeah. But I mean, I have to send this thought back regardless for our new Wake Up Weekend show. Yeah. Well,
and they'll play another game before we have another game.
Right, ours started, well, we just started a month ago. We started it with sweeps. So.
My bad. I didn't know that that was the color out here. Women's College World Series locker room.
Who's that?
Sorry.
The weekend that all the violations happened.
Hey guys, can you hold one more? We don't
Clean
have anyone
program.
coming down to the press conference.
Squeaky clean. As squeaky as the rims on a Cadillac. Of a defensive back. Hey, Terrence Cody stayed in his, 1982 4Runner.
When Dixon takes some money from
Well-
strength and conditioning assistant.
Well, he got the back lot Charger with his name on it. I actually heard from one of my friends who did who was a Tiger vet. He had guest on it. Shut it down. Let's see how it
We can proceed with bringing Alabama to the press conference.
6 total. Okay. My tripod is not tight enough for this. It's going to jiggle and people aren't going to be. It's a lot of people for me to fit in one soundbite.
Go ahead and read it.
No, you can.
She didn't bring stats in, did she?
No.
They're gonna both want to go eat. I mean, they got a one film and do one stuff for the next season.
Okay, that's fine.
I thought you did too. Yeah, I got them. Does anyone else need a final stat sheet? Okay. You have an extra one?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I already checked. As we wait for Alabama to come, once again, I just want to remind everyone to please put your phones on silent and or turn them off. Everything's being transcribed, so we ask that you speak clearly into the mic. Raise your hands, and the young ladies will bring you a microphone, and just make sure you state your name and your affiliation. We want to make sure you speak very clear. If you have a follow-up, just hold on to the mic. We don't mind. Just hold as long as you need to. This is as long as we get everything that you're saying clearly. Thank you.
I have a really dumb question. Can I identify myself as him?
You feel free. Also, be sure to identify if the question for a student athlete or a coach, so that way we can get that also, as everything again is being transcribed. Thank you.
I don't think I believe him.
Let's like to have everyone. This afternoon we have Alabama head coach Patrick Murphy, student athlete Alexis Osoro, student athlete Marissa Runyon, student athlete Dana Hayes, Danae Hayes, student athlete Danielle Richard, and student athlete Chandler Dare. Coach, we'll start with general comments about the game, then we'll open it up for questions.
Well, I just want to say congrats to Coach White on a heck of a year. This is the second year in a row we had to play them, and he just does a great job, and a very, very good team and a hell of a pitcher. So just congrats to them. And I know, at the World Series, everybody is good, but, she comes in and she's 30-3 and just a great pitcher. But I thought Lexi came back bigger, better, stronger than she's ever has this year, especially from Thursday night. And then I thought our defense did a really good job. And usually in the postseason, you have to have good starting pitching, you have to have good team defense, and then the third key is a timely hit, and Chandler Dare got it.
All right, we'll open up for questions.
Tommy D's, Tuscaloosa News. Patrick, can you talk about why Chandler, and I know you kind of have a lot of options in that position, and Chandler, can you talk about your big day and being a World Series hero?
Well, first off, I couldn't have done it without my two teammates on base, Danny with the clutch hit, being out there first off, and then I was just saying see it down, and see it in my zone, and happened to get that pitch and drove it.
And I don't remember when it was, but I know it was before a game or maybe the day before a game, and we were gonna face a lefty. And I went up to Chandler and I said, "You're not gonna freak out against a lefty, are you?" And she said, "No, sir, my dad's left-handed. I've seen a left-handed pitch since I was 3 years old." And I was like, okay. And I remember that. So that's why she got the start.
Chandler, is this the first game in which your hit scored the winning runs?
South Alabama.
South Alabama, let's get it. Alabama was the other game.
Oh, well, I wanted to be able to say first time ever.
Thank you.
At the World Series.
At the World Series, yes.
Alright, Kelly Ward, Tuscaloosa News. As for Daniel today, you guys set the stage when you drew a walk today, and then Danielle, you got the double full count. Can you just take me through those two at bats?
Danae?
Yeah, you know, it was my first at bat, and I was just telling myself to see a lot of pitches, because it's been an entire year since I've seen Hawkins. So I just wanted to see a lot of pitches, off of her, and it worked out in my favor. She, couldn't find the zone, and then, Danny came up.
Well, you know, I'm just going up there, I always have a plan, looking in, got 2 strikes on me, and I just knew I had to battle, so I can get a pitch I can hit, and, I think it was like 3-2, and she brought one right over the plate. I knew she's either gonna have to bring it on the plate, or it's gonna be a ball, so, just a great hit, I guess.
Hey Coach, Jacques Doucet, WAP TV here in the back. Can you talk about going up against LSU tonight and the job that Beth Torreen has done in 4 years?
Oh, Beth's done an awesome job. The whole organization is great, and we know that it's gonna be a battle. We didn't get to play them this year, so they were one of the 4 off from our SEC schedule, but I just told the team, I mean, I watched them probably at least 15 to 16 times on TV, and, you know, top to bottom, they're very, very good. They have a deep pitching staff, and they've got some pop in their lineup, specifically with Bianca, Savannah, even the Landry, the slapper, has got major pop, so it's gonna be a good matchup.
Michael, customer@AL.com. Coach, 3 hits, I think. Do you think that it's coming around at all, or you know, you had just enough? But is the hitting?
I think it's better. I thought, you know, one thing that we had said, we wanted to be really aggressive, and I thought the majority of the hitters were aggressive. I know Danae, Runyon, Leona, Chauncey hit the ball hard. It just it seemed like it was hanging up in the air today, and the wind was blowing across left to right. And Runyon's specifically, that one, I thought it had a shot, but it kind of died right when it hit the air. And, but, you know, lefty versus lefty, that really worried me. And of course, the little lefty gets a double and the 2 RBIs on a single. So, you know, it was much better than Thursday night.
Nick Goulas, WIAT 42 here in the back. Coach, Alexis, for both of y'all, Alexis faced 1 over the minimum today, had some help with the caught stealing. What was working today? What really helped get through this game?
Everything, well, pretty much my curve and backdoor curve were working really well today. I was moving it off the plate. Me and Steph had a game plan that we were going to work black and off the plate. We weren't going to give them anything too sweet for them to hit. And my rise ball was just, it came in handy when I really needed it.
And I thought her spin was awesome. I know one of her backdoor curves, it just, I mean, you could hear it as it crossed the plate. It was spinning that much, so, you know, for a freshman to do what she did against a really, really good hitting team, it's a great feat.
Patrick, again, didn't have a lot of hits. How much did it help? I think 5 of the last 6 games coming into this, you'd seen a lefty. And also, how big was the pickoff, the caught stealing play there, especially for the fielder to stay with it?
Number one, that was huge. It was a good throw, and you know, she probably would have been safe if she had stayed on, but Demi kept the tag, and that was a huge out. And then lefty, we were kind of lucky that we saw Paige Parker for 3 games, and then we saw the young lady from Washington for 2 games, about 12 innings. So we saw 12 innings in regionals, 21 innings in super regionals, and I think everybody was okay with it. You know, they've seen so much of it the last 3 weekends. I don't think it fazed them.
Marissa, Michael Kenny, Norman Transcript. Can you just talk about this past week for you? Last Saturday in Tuscaloosa, Grand Slam, come back here, lose on Thursday, help the team win today. Just what has it been like for you?
It's been fun. Last weekend, I was struggling, obviously, and I told a lot of people I just went up to at bat and looked for a pitch to hit. And the greatest part was meeting my team, you know, at home plate and celebrating with them. And then we still had to get 3 outs. But coming back, we're just living in the moment here and playing where our feet are. And it's fun to keep on going, and as Haley said yesterday, why not us? And we're just gonna keep fighting and fighting to wear the jersey again.
Patrick, Jason Kersey with the Oklahoman. What are the advantages and disadvantages of having yesterday off? Because it seemed you get a day to rest, but now you've got to turn right around and play again.
Well, that's the big disadvantage. You gotta play, 2 today, 2 tomorrow if you can get there. So you're playing back-to-back doubleheaders, which hardly ever happens anymore in college softball. You just, you know, SEC plays Friday, Saturday, Sunday, single. So the doubleheader really hasn't come into our play since probably the last weekend of February when we played a tournament at home and played 2 games on a Saturday. Advantage, I think, you know, you can kind of use that day off to wash away the bad. And we had about hour and a half practice, and we ended it with staff batting practice, which was one of the most fun times we've had. Everybody from the SID to the radio guy to the managers to our boss, Marie Robbins, the SWA, our team doctor, who was a former baseball player at Alabama that took me deep, that everybody was really impressed with. So it just kind of lightened the mood. And it was the end of practice. And you saw a lot of smiles and laughs, and that's kind of what we need at this time, because it's really, you know, it's still the 3 things: the pitching, the team defense, and then the key hit. I still think that's the recipe.
Greg Eklund for the Oregonian, and this is for Alexis. 2-part question. One, did you know anything about their hitters from the traveling circuit? And secondly, your coach said bigger, better, stronger than ever. What enabled you to do that a couple days after the opening round?
Well, Oregon has really good hitters, and me and Steph have been talking about that since yesterday, that we were just going to go right at them, and like I said before, we weren't going to give them anything too good to hit, and just working it off the plate. And then I've known like one of them, maybe a couple of them. Yeah, I knew Nikki, Drew, and then Lauren, then Paul. I knew I was just gonna do whatever it took to help the team, just coming back stronger and getting mentally tougher the next game and fighting for the jersey the next day.
After Tom, you have time for one more.
Okay, this is for Danae and for Dan. What she was talking about, fighting to wear the jersey one more day. How important was it for you guys to not end this on a 0-2, and you have a whole day to think about this game and not overthink that this could have been the last game?
You know, I mean, after this tournament's over with, I can speak for me and Neil both. Our softball career's done for, and our passion for this game for the past 4 years is ginormous, and the heart we have for this game as 5 seniors, we just love it. And so we also love our teammates just as much as this game, and we want to win these games for our teammates, and I know they want to win them for us. And you know, it's easy to overthink something when you have an entire day, but I don't know, it's not really in the back of my mind that, you know, this could be the very end, because I'm just trying to win a ball game. So as of yesterday, I didn't really put too much thought into win or loss. I just knew we had to give our team the best chance to win. So
Yeah, I just think the good part about having the day off yesterday is that, you know, we just got to be around each other and enjoy each other's company, and I think that's kind of what helps take our mind off of who we're about to play and keep us from overthinking, like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that last game. But you know, you be where your feet are, and that's just what we're best at, and just hanging with the girls, and that helps us keep our mind right.
2 more questions.
To any of the players, just your thoughts on playing LSU tonight. You played some big games over the years against each other, obviously, and now it's on a huge stage here in Oklahoma City.
all I can say is thank God it's not in Tiger Park. No, that's a tough place to play at, but we're just really excited about playing them. I was kind of disappointed this year when I didn't see them on the schedule. They're always a really fun team to play and compete against. They have great players with, they're just really nice people as well. And so I'm really looking forward to playing them, and you know, it's gonna be a really fun game.
All right, Alabama will play LSU tonight at 8:30 p.m. LSU will be the home team in that game. Coach, student athletes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I left my staff back there. I want to just take your stats. No problem.
Thanks, Tom. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Got you that money soundbite. The guy's not talking for him. That's right.
Those are my guys. I like those guys a lot.
No, you keep telling about the man, but you keep telling about the stupid man, from Allendale. Yeah, a lot of great football in the league. Play for great things. TV.
Do you know Jenna Lily's dad?
I know the dad. I know the whole family. They're all the kids are here.
They're what?
The mom's here and the sisters and brother are. I bet the brother's SID or another name.
Not the father.
I didn't see him, I'm not sure.
No, years ago, I had dinner with the father when Jenna was a little girl.
I don't know, I mean, to be honest, I don't know.
And in those days, she wanted to go to Notre Dame.
Yeah, I don't think he was really, he wasn't just.
All right, at this time, we have Oregon head coach Mike White, student athlete, Janie Takeda, student athlete, Jenny Lilly, student athlete, Sheridan Hawkins. All right, coach, we'll start with general comments about the game, then we'll open up for questions.
As usual, I congratulate the winner, which is Alabama. Did a good job. The Sario Fish a very good game against us, and they were very opportunistic again, with some timely hitting there in the lower half of the order. I want to thank our athletic director, Rob Mullins, senior women's administrator, Lisa Peterson, and all our support staff for really getting behind us this year, throughout the whole year, and especially in the postseason. I don't know what it is. We're a very consistent team over the 3 years. We've played extremely well. We've won 3 12-pack championships in a row, which puts us on a level playing field with Arizona and UCLA. But unfortunately, we haven't found a way yet to get over the hurdle here at the big one. But that doesn't mean we didn't try. I'm very proud of our team, the way they conduct themselves both off and on the field, in the classroom, and as a family. I think that's one of the things a lot of our recruits say is that we're a family, we care about each other, and I think that is very true. And again, just very proud of our team, the way they left it out in the field. Didn't work the way we wanted, but we're sure as heck going to try and be back here again next year. Thank you.
All right, we'll open up for questions.
Coach, can you share your thoughts on your hitters against Osorio?
We had a game plan, and unfortunately, we just didn't have the discipline at the plate. And we expanded the strike zone. I'm not sure if that was because of the umpire's strike zone. I think it was pretty inconsistent, and that's all I'll say on that. And kind of made it a little bit tough for us. Obviously, we can't blame that person for that. That happens. We got to be better than that. But we certainly chased some balls out of the strike zone, which is not going to do well against any pitcher of the level of Osorio.
Michael Kenny, normal transcript. Sheridan has talked about had struggled early, at least in the second, gave up the 2 runs, but you settled down the rest of the game. What was the difference for you?
I think, I made a mistake and I missed my spot and that ball just happened to land and it was unlucky, but I think I just realized if I really wanted to give my team and our offense a chance to win, I had to keep it at 2 runs, so I definitely just tried to limit the number of people on base and do the best I could to give our offense an opportunity.
Greg Eklund again for the Oregonian. Sheridan, when you said you missed your spot, are you talking about the dare on the single, the 2-run single?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure on that. Secondly, it appeared that there were some inconsistencies with you getting the outside corner call. Did you have a kind of a time dealing with that in the first couple innings before you found your rhythm?
I think it's just best to try not things you can't control get to you. So I just tried to, ignore it the best I could, keep attacking the strike zone and throw the ball where I thought I might get the calls.
Jen and Jenny, you guys are at different spots in your careers in terms of this experience and how it fits into the continuum. I wonder if you could each reflect on that, Janie, what it's like to get here 3 times. Did you guys feel much more comfortable? Did you feel like you benefited from that experience at all this time? And Jenna, kind of what you took from this and what you'll take going forward.
I think that, every time we come back here, we'll learn something new. Coach says no loss ever goes in vain, so we take what we learn and apply it to next year. Unfortunately, you have to wait a whole year to get back here. But I mean, I think our players are amazing people and amazing players, and I think that they'll just keep working, and because that's what our team does, and I think that they're going to figure it out, hopefully next year, and I think that hopefully the seniors left them with something to take with them. I would say that wherever you are, the game always stays the same, and just want to thank being around people like Janie has made me a better player, teammate, and person, and I've learned a lot from her, playing with her, just seeing everything that she does. So having people like Janie as your teammate is definitely a blessing.
Pete LaFleur, College Softball 360, this is for Janie. I was wondering if you could put in perspective for us the type of year that Jenna Lilly had. Maybe focus on something a little more positive here. I know you guys are pretty crushed with the loss, but for a freshman to come in and impact you guys with such electricity, it's obvious how much this loss has crushed her, and it's great to see that from a freshman. So just summarize that.
I think Jenna as a player, is more mature beyond her years. She inspires everyone on the field with her work ethic, and just the focus she has up to bat is not a freshman. And I've said since January, I think she's going to be a 4-time All-American. She's just incredible, and I just wish that I was at that level as a freshman. It's incredible, and I just can't wait to see what she does over her 4 years and after that.
This is for Jenna. Jenna, just from your perspective, what I understand, Lauren Lindvall may have seen from the summer circuit the pitching of Osorio a little bit. Did she pass along anything to you? And just from your hitter's perspective, can you describe what you saw from her on the mound today in the circle?
I actually faced her last summer. I want to say once or twice. But yeah, very similar. Improved a lot. But definitely a similar game, all upspin as she did last summer.
Improved in what ways?
Velocity.
Yeah, velocity. I don't know, it's hard because it's all relative as to what you see every day. So I think she's definitely matured as a player too. Hats off to her. She did a nice job.
Any other?
Michael Kenny, can you just talk about just the season in general, even though obviously exited a little bit earlier than you wanted to, Coach, but just talk about just how the season has gone, especially coming into the tournament.
Well, I think, having, starting last year, at the end of last year, it was supposed to be a rebuilding process, and we were able to pick up a couple of nice transfers in Decker and Glasgow, and all of a sudden it changed from a rebuilding year to, hey, we have a shot year. And, it took us a little while to get clicking, and I thought halfway through the season, starting with that pivotal series against UCLA, I thought we really started to hit the ball pretty well and pitch well, and everything was coming together. The last weeks of the postseason, we were really fielding well, we're making some great plays, and everything was starting to go, hey, this is good, we're doing well. But unfortunately, sometimes with the lack of the draw and having to play against a team that knows us very well, and they kind of got off to a great start, having to play at 10:30 at night. I'm not trying to make excuses, but there's a lot of things that go into these types of stuff, and the lack of the draw, and the lack of the play of the game, and so it just didn't turn out to us. Now, I don't know the reason for it, but we're planning on it. It's here for a reason. It's going to make us better and stronger, and be able to come back and finally bust through. But we've got to come out with some determination, and we're going to have to make it happen, because right now we're just leaving our best game in not in this environment, and that's what we've got to change. We've got to find a way to elevate our game to the game we can play in this environment.
Jenny, as one of the senior, excuse me, I'm supposed to tell people who I am. I'm Rayburn Hess. I write softball. As a senior on the team of a school that devotes itself to football, is there now an awareness that you got one of the best softball teams in the country on that same campus?
I definitely think so. I think Howe Field has become a mini Autzen Stadium. That's where our football team plays. It's a great college town, and I mean, becoming a Duck was the best decision I made in my life, because you don't get that all the time, and I think just living in Eugene with that community and how much support they put behind our softball program for the past few years has been incredible, especially because football dominates people's interests usually in that town. So, I mean, I definitely think Oregon softball is growing exponentially in Eugene.
Greg Eckman again for the Oregonian. This is for Janie. You're part of a senior class that's had more career victories than any other class in program history. What does that mean to you?
I think it's a testament to Coach White. We're his first recruiting class. It's a huge, just getting anything we could do to get the team closer to a national championship, and the more you win, the closer you get to that. So we just all feel really honored to be able to be a part of this program.
Are there any other questions?
And I'm honored to be their coach. It has been a pleasure to have these players, starting from the very first year, 6 years ago, to start to buy into new concepts. It takes a little bit of trust. Well, it actually doesn't take a little bit. It takes a lot of trust to do things that are against some conventional wisdom. But starting with this class, and what's made it easier for us as coaches and a coaching staff are these players, are these seniors, because they help revolve things around. They turn it around for us without having for us to do everything ourselves. And so I want to thank them again, the senior class of Janie Decatur, Jamie Ray Sullivan, Sarah Goodrum, and Carissa Hovengay, because they have been tremendous athletes and people. And that's the best thing I can say. I'm proud of this team over and beyond, on and off the field. Been tremendous for this university and for this program.
All right. If there are no other questions at this time, we got another one. I'm sorry.
One last one, Coach. Alabama, they're a nemesis. They're a thorn for you, aren't they?
Well, them in Florida, but they've been here a few more times than us, and I think we match up very well on paper. But the difference is they had the big hit, the big time, and had some big pitches at the big time, and that's the difference in this game sometimes. And again, we got to go back and figure out a way to make this work. We'll get it done. It's going to take us a while, maybe, but we'll get it done.
All right. If there are no other questions, it's time. Coach, do that, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I don't know. I remember how it was made.
2 years ago when I went to your school, nobody knew what a softball player was. I guarantee you they do now.
You was gonna ask him? Oh, no. Okay, good. I didn't want to overlook you. I'm so sorry. I do apologize for that.
No, it was on me. It was on me.